Hello. Well, for this scarf or cowl, this is, I think, the simplest way to make this scarf or cowl. But this is for beginners. What you're gonna need some yarn. I use this yarn. It's a little bit, kind of thick. It's what, chiffon mousse, and it's asking to use with this yarn to use the crochet hook number 10/0, which is 6mm crochet hook. You're gonna need a sewing needle and some scissors. For this stitch, I have a tutorial how to make this stitch. This stitch works with multiple of 2 plus 4 more. It's called Ellie stitch. And just to make it short, not to too long the chain, I chained only 10. So multiple of 2 plus 4 more. So I'm gonna chain 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna skip 3 chains. 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th you're gonna insert your hook. You draw up a loop, yarn over the hook, hold it here with your finger, and then you go inside the same chain that you just did all that, and you go inside and you pull another loop. You should have 4 loops on the hook, and you draw the yarn through all 4 loops. Then you're gonna chain 1. I will suggest you leave the loops a little bit loose, otherwise you're gonna struggle and you're gonna start yelling at the yarn, please let me out. Then you're gonna skip 1 chain, and in the next you're gonna do the same. You insert your hook, you draw up a loop, yarn over the hook, and again in the same chain you're gonna go and pull another loop. So you have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you pull the yarn through all 4 loops and you chain 1. Okay, then you skip 1 chain, and in the next you do the same. You insert your hook, you pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, hold it there, and then go inside in the same chain and you pull another loop, and then you pull the yarn through all 4 loops, chain 1. Again you skip 1 chain, and in the next you do the same. Pull a loop, yarn over the hook, hold it there, and then you go inside the same chain and you pull another loop, and then you pull the yarn through all 4 loops and you chain 1. Okay, again you're gonna skip 1, and in the next insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, hold it there, and again in the same chain you're gonna go and you pull another loop, and then the yarn through the whole 4 loops and you chain 1. Again you're gonna skip 1 chain, and in the last one you're gonna do the same. You insert your hook, you pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, hold it there with your finger, and go inside in the same chain and pull another loop. You should have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pull the yarn through all 4 loops. And this time we're gonna chain 3. Always you're gonna chain 3 at the end. 1, 2, and 3. Turn your work, and now the first stitch, this is the chain of 3, and in this one here you'll have a lot of space to insert your hook where you're supposed to insert your crochet hook. So the first stitch is this one here, and you're gonna do the same. You insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, and you go inside again and you pull another loop, and then the yarn through the 4 loops and chain 1. Okay, you skip 1, it's this one here, and in this one, the next stitch, you're gonna do the same. You pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, and you go inside the same stitch and you pull another loop, and then the yarn over through all those 4 loops and you chain 1. Again you skip 1, and in the next you do the same. Pull a loop, yarn over the hook, hold it, and go inside the same stitch and pull another loop, and then pull the yarn through all 4 loops and then chain 1. Skip 1, and in the next you do the same. You should always have 4 loops on the hook. Skip 1, in the next pull a loop, yarn over the hook, you go inside and pull another loop, and then the yarn over all 4 loops, chain 1, and in the last one you skip 1, and in the last one you do the same. You pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, and again you go inside and pull through all 4 loops, and like always chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and again you're gonna, this is the chain 3 that you did, and this one here is the stitch that you're gonna go in, pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, and you go again there, chain 1, and again you skip 1 stitch, and in the next, you see you have a lot of space here, so you will know. If you try to go in this one, it's not that easy. You go in, you pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, and you go inside the same stitch and you pull another loop, and you pull through all 4 loops and chain 1. Yeah, you skip 1 stitch, and in the next you're gonna do the same. Yeah, try to leave the loops a little bit loose. Well, not that loose that you know, you cannot, they will be too big. Okay, skip 1, and in the next draw up a loop, yarn over the hook, and you go inside and you do the same. It's very, very easy. So you skip 1 stitch, and in the last one you're gonna do the same. Pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, you go inside again and pull another loop, and then pull the yarn through all 4 loops and chain 3, and so on. It looks like this. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna, for my scarf I chain 18 chains plus 4 more. So I'm gonna show you how to make the cowl. Yeah, okay, I will meet you soon. And now, after you did as long as you like the scarf, if you like to leave it as a scarf, you're gonna leave it as a scarf. If you want a cowl, you're gonna have to either use the sewing needle, you're gonna put some yarn through, and you're gonna put the ends like this, the ends of the scarf, and you're gonna go from one corner to the other, and you're gonna sew it together. For myself, I choose to use the crochet hook, and I'm gonna just do the slip knot all the way until I reach the end. So you put this as best as you can, equal, you know, and then you're gonna go into the one side, and then you go to the other, you pull the yarn, and then you're gonna pull through this is the slip knot, yeah, and you're gonna go to the next one, because it's easy, you have the stitches there to see, you know. You pull the yarn and you pull through, you don't do a single crochet, and you're gonna do like this until you reach the end, and I'm gonna meet you at the end. Yeah, like this. Okay, so I reach the end. I slip stitch all the way, and now to finish this, for you guys that you beginners, what you're gonna do after you have the last, you did the last slip stitch, you're gonna chain 1, and you're gonna pull a little bit, you know, a small loop, not that big, and then you're gonna cut the yarn. Yeah. Okay, and then you see this string here, if I pull, you can see which one you have to pull. So you're gonna go here you're gonna pull the yarn out, and this is gonna make a knot. Yeah, and then you're gonna take, well, now I think it's best if you use a smaller crochet hook, and you're gonna hide the tail. Yeah, but this is one way. It looks like this on the back. Well, it looks like this. But if you want, let's say you don't want this you know, slip knot, and you want to work in circle, you don't like how it looks like this, you know, you don't like, so you want it's like to have a curse, you know, all together. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna have to chain the chains to cast the chains in a circle. Well, one trick that I saw, I think was on some another channel that I saw, I don't remember which one, but let's say you want to do this in circle. Yeah, you don't want this thing, you think, oh, it doesn't look that great. That's fine, no problem. So you're gonna do a knot, and when you're gonna start to chain to cast the chains, so you do, let's say 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then what you're gonna do, leave this a little bit, the loop a little bit bigger. You take the hook and you go in the first chain that you did. You go from the top, you don't go from the bottom, you go from the top. Here you insert your hook, and then you take this and you put the loop that you had, hold it here, do not let it slide. If you don't have a like this, you know, if it's like a needle, it might slide out. So hold it there, and then you're gonna start to continue chaining. Yeah, 6, you know, whatever, how many you want, 7, 8, and when you finish, you know, after you, let's say you chain 100 or whatever you want, maybe you want to make a hat, something like that, and you keep chaining and chaining. I want to make a little bit bigger the chain, that you can see that it's not twisting. If it's too small, you don't have not much of a view. Okay, so what you're gonna do when you finish, you have all the chains that you want, you're gonna take and you're gonna pull through this, and you have a chain that doesn't twist. Yeah, that is one way to make it. If you cannot, you know, it might twist. Sometimes it twisted. But this is the scarf after you. Well, the scarf is the cowl, not the scarf. But if you like the scarf, this stitch, you can leave it long. For mine, like I said, I chain 18 chains plus 4 more, so it's this wide. Yeah, but this I wanted to, it's long. If you know, I didn't tell you in the beginning how long it is, but it's 1 meter and 12 centimeters, the whole thing. So I wanted, just, you know, when I put it on me and I twist it, let's say at my neck, to be, you know, kind of close to my neck, you know, tight on my neck. Well, not that tight, but still. I don't want that kind of style that it's loose and my neck it's not covered, that kind of thing. But if you want a little bit larger and to fall down on your chest, you know, for example, you can make it longer, and then you can sew at the ends, or if not, you can do it like I show you with a circle. Yeah, if you can manage without doing that, you know, not to be twisted. But this is it. This is the scarf / cowl. So if you like the stitch, you can make. It's very easy. It's beginner friendly. Well, I am a beginner, so I'm not gonna say that I'm advanced. And all the projects that I bring for beginners. So if you're a beginner, this is a very easy stitch pattern to work with. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Take care. Bye for now.